Hello. Hello. Thanks for joining me, Sroda. My name is Sroda Aglago. Thanks for joining me on Love, Forgive, Live podcast. Now, today we have a guest, and it's a young man. Now, first of all, let me explain. Today's topic is not really a topic, but I'm having a young man talk to me more like a teenager about the change of life for them, for teens, or the lifestyle he's come to know now because of the COVID. And also to discuss a little bit about what he missed and about his life in high school prior to COVID. So we will be talking a little bit about all the changes and new ways of school scheduling, and of course, what his take is on how things are now. Does he even believe this will change after, if there is going to be any after COVID issues? He's an interesting young man. I think he's very smart, and he has a pretty good take on what is going on in our society so far. Now, before we dive into all the questions that I'm going to ask him, and then he's going to give us answers, one thing I want everybody is to know that this pandemic has affected several businesses, and of course, actually almost the whole continent, more or less the whole world, not just the North American continent, but the whole world. And we are still recovering. I don't even know if you would call it recovery in the U.S., but we are all working to deal with it the best way we know how to deal with any crisis. So there's a lot of life changing events that we're learning from. Whether we like it or not, we are just beginning to learn from it and grow with whatever we can take from it. One thing I would also like everyone to know is that sometimes the way somebody may be dealing with it may not be the way you're dealing with it, but that's okay, because everybody has a different way of processing in regards to what comes at them, because we learn things differently. Everybody learns things differently, so we process differently. So I think we need to give each other a break and be mindful and cautious, and above all, patience with each other. That is a whole new learning curve, and we are all learning how to navigate this situation. Now, those of you who would listen on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. And for my loyal listeners, thank you for staying with us this far and, of course, listening. You can find us on iHeartRadio too. And, of course, we are on Twitter. So it's under the same name. So you'll be able to find us and follow us. And, of course, like us. Thank you. And those who want to write to me and get some questions or have some ideas that I need to discuss, the email is love, L-U-V, give, live @gmail.com. Once again, is love, L-U-V, give, G-I-V-E, live @gmail.com. Thank you once again. My name is Sroda Aglago, and of course I'll let this young man introduce himself. So
hey, my name's Jojo. I'm 16, and I'm in 11th grade, and yeah, my main sport is just football.
Football. Good. So you got that. So the first question I will ask is, tell me a little. Actually, it's not a question. It's a comment, a statement. Tell me a little bit about your life prior to COVID, your school life.
Before COVID, everything was normal. Like football was good. I was having fun at school. I was doing good in school. But now I don't know. It's a bit different. Like online school is harder, and the practices have been really weird. Like normally it would be every day we go to practice, but now it's only our Tuesdays and Thursdays for our state, which is very strange. And we can't, like, we have to stay 6 feet away, so it doesn't even feel like football. It's just running for conditioning.
Let me get this straight. 6 feet away in what sense? The person you're supposed to tackle?
Oh, no. All we're doing right now is, like, since we can't touch anybody, we have to stay 6 feet away and just run. But it's like, there's like 50 kids on the team, so it's really weird.
That's gotta be difficult.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So prior to that, you guys just running a group, touching everybody.
Well, not necessarily. We're not necessarily like touching each other. We're just, I don't know, like we're friends, so I would be close, just talk to each other. Mm-hmm. Now it's like really hard to condition with the mask on, like just run around. It's really hard.
Oh, so you have to have a mask on.
Yeah.
And running with your helmet?
Oh no! They didn't give us helmets because they would have to like sanitize that, and they'll have to do a lot of stuff. I don't know how the season's gonna go. They moved it all the way to spring, so it's gonna be weird.
So here's what I'm understanding. You guys are supposed to be playing football in the fall.
Yeah, we're supposed to be playing right now. Like, right now would be probably close to... No, it would still be, like, close to the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. Like, probably around the middle. Mm-hmm. But right now, they're moving it to the spring, which is definitely not normal. I don't think it's happened in, I don't know how many years.
It's never happened before.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
So this is something completely new. It's more like, I sometimes call it an anomaly. It's like, what on earth? We've never experienced anything like this before.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be like, it's going to be fun to see, like, how the coaches are going to handle some situations, like for example, some of the kids that have asthma, mm-hmm. it gets really bad around the spring. I wonder how the coaches are going to deal with that. Or, like, normally during games, people wear long sleeves since it's cold, and it's like, I don't know. I wouldn't say a tradition, but it's like just normal for everybody to wear long sleeves for football. But I don't know. I guess everybody's just gonna be hot this year because of the spring.
So now football season for high schoolers is gonna be in spring. So we're talking late March, April.
No, it's February 15th and on. That's only for our state though. Some states mm-hmm. like Georgia mm-hmm. or Florida, I believe they started already.
Wow.
Yes. Only this state.
So are they changing? Is there like a schedule that's put for each state, or is it? I'm not understanding how they came up with that.
Oh, I guess the leaders of this state for athletics just mm-hmm. had a meeting, and mm-hmm. then they decided to lower the games from, I think it was originally 10 to. I believe it's 6 games now. Oh. Yeah, so
they decreased it.
Yeah, and that's terrible because like people that are trying to get like scholarship offers for football, they have less of an opportunity. Like they have less game films for coaches to look at.
That's so interesting because that never even occurred to me. The scholarship that kids rely on for their future.
Yeah, a lot of kids in this area, they like don't have enough money to go to college, and like football is their only way out, so it's gonna be interesting.
Man, so that really puts a wrinkle in their future plans.
Yeah, I don't know, it just messed everything up.
Yeah. A lot of things have been messed up, not only business. It's so strange. As the adults, we are only thinking about our jobs, our jobs, our jobs, our way of life because of business and work. And come to talk to a young person, and we are thinking, you guys like to stay at home anyway, so things changing is nothing. And here, there's a whole new perspective I didn't even think about. Scholarships for kids because their future depends on this.
Yeah, I just hope recruiting is the same for this state as it is for like states that are normally playing football this year. Because they don't have reduced seasons; they just have their normal ones. So I feel like they would have more opportunities, but I don't know. Hopefully, it's not like that.
So are your friends and everybody concerned about by the time they come to this area to...
Yeah, all their spots are going to be filled up.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, the sponsors will be filled up, and they'll feel like, there's slim pickings.
Yeah.
There's virtually nothing for you guys.
Yeah, that's a big worry. I don't really have anything to say to that, but I'm just praying that's not like... I don't know. It's tough.
I can imagine. Well, this is a whole new thing I'm learning about kids, especially the sports, and how much that's affecting their future goals of going to college. Yeah. What are the alternatives? Have they thought about, if there is any?
I guess community college, I guess.
So their football dream may not...
Yeah, but I don't know. Some people have been playing football since they're like 5 years old. So
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know if they would just give up on football like that.
Wow, this is serious. I never really considered anything of that nature, that kids will be thinking about that and how this is going to affect them. Like you were saying, a lot of kids, that was their hope.
Yeah.
And they play hard because they're hoping to be seen and picked.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, they put their entire body on the line, and for them not even have a chance to be able to succeed, it's tough for them.
That would be crushing for anyone to know that they've put so much dedication and passion and focus on one goal.
Yeah.
And getting there, and then to see it sort of like ripped from underneath them, and it's just...
Yeah, I guess for some kids it was actually a big deal because like a nearby state, they opened up for football. So some people, they like transferred schools from entire states just to go play.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
They left from one state to another state so they can play because they want to make sure they get this scholarship.
They just want to play football.
Wow. I'm amazed.
Yeah, at first, I don't know. It felt like surreal. I didn't think it was really happening, but
COVID was happening, or the football?
No, like
difficulties.
How it like transferred to football, like how it's affecting everybody can play. Like originally, they were even talking about putting masks in the helmets, but that would just look ridiculous. So.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah, like nobody would be able to breathe. It'd just be weird.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, this is really serious. I had no idea. I can't stop saying that because I'm literally shocked because it never occurred to me. That was something that just never crossed my mind.
Yeah. Football's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Now that you're talking about it and I'm learning more about it, it's a shock to know that kids out there are having to switch school in a different state altogether so that they can make sure that they get where they need to get to.
Yeah, but my thing is like football is not the only way out. Like you can just go to school normally, and like if you're not from like the richest family, you could go to community college and just go to school normally. But I don't know. I guess it's just like different families. They like their lives revolve around football, so like they just feel like they have to play. But I don't know. Football. I was saddened when I heard the news that the season was going to be reduced too. But hopefully, I don't know. Colleges come around and they have spots left over for us people on the East Coast.
Well, we would definitely hope for the best and pray for the best. Is that at least the recruiters or scouts will come here and be able to find these talents.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if the kids have been playing since they were 5 years old, that's some serious talent developed over the years. And
can't just be wasted.
Yeah, and it's a lot of work. Now, one thing I also want to know, how are your classes? How are you?
Online school it's terrible.
What's terrible about it?
Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I go to sleep early, but I just can't focus in online school, or I keep trying to fall asleep. Like, it's especially my, like, first period class. It's so hard to stay up, but I don't know. I just do the work.
What time does first period start?
It's at 8:10, I believe. But I try to get in class early, around 8 o'clock. So I don't miss anything.
And so, is that every day of the week?
It's Monday through Friday.
Okay, so you're in class, online class, from 8:10 or 8 a.m. to what time?
2:55.
Wow.
Yeah. And I have a job on top of that, so it's just...
How many days do you work a week?
I work 5 days a week.
Wow. So pretty much you're working full time and going to school full time.
Yeah, at first the first 2 weeks of school it was not hard, but when the teachers actually started assigning work, it got more difficult.
Are they giving you more? So when you said they start assigning work, it got more difficult. Is it because they're giving you more assignments because they think you're just home, or?
It's more assignments and like actual assignments. Like the first 2 weeks, it would be like, who are you? What do you look like? Like just basic questions because of the online setting. But now they're doing like work relative to the actual class, so it's more difficult.
So now you don't have an instructor to want to talk to them after class if you don't understand anything.
I mean, you can email them, but the response time is not like that fast as if they're in person. So yeah, it's just annoying. But it's still better than going to actual school and catching corona.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a lot better, because I do recall when they were talking about opening up the schools, parents were very worried in this area and were ready to go off.
Yeah, it would just be terrible for the people that have like younger brothers or people with like health issues already. Just be terrible for them. But most kids, they would probably have corona and not even realize. So
yeah,
those are the people that just want to go to school. It doesn't matter for them.
I could imagine, because classes nowadays are packed. And I was also wondering, because a lot of people who work from home now in corporate America that work from home now tend to be talking about they're burnt out because they are required to work more now at home to become more productive than they were when they were working in the offices. And I've heard a couple of friends and family and colleagues have complained about the demand on them. They're feeling tired and burnt out because normally, I had someone tell me, normally they might take at least maybe 3 to 4 hours of productivity within a day at the office. And that was productive. But then nowadays you're required to do at least 5 or more because you're working from home.
Yeah.
And the demand, and it's almost like now apparently some companies are beginning to almost like spy on their employees.
Yeah, I could see how that would be annoying. Like, people just slack off at work, but now they actually have to work since all eyes are on them, kind of.
Because some of them, if your computer is not active, they can see.
Yeah, I can see how that would be.
Yeah, they can see. So, and I've heard a lot of people doing that. So I was wondering if that's what's happening with you guys in school, and they're assigning a lot more. How about the reading assignment? Are they a lot more than normal, like in the past?
I wouldn't say so. I think that's just my teacher because she's very nice. But I don't know. I heard from other people in like other classes that it's really challenging. Like they have to read multiple chapters in like 2 days. Like basically the whole book, since the teachers don't think they have anything else to do.
Yeah. So is that same expectation that they're giving to some of the corporate workers that, well, you're home.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to drive. You don't have to get stuck on a commute to get from one point to the place. So it might be something difficult. That's interesting. Well, aside from that, I also want to know about this. How is this affecting your social life?
I mean, my social life's okay. Like, some of the friends that I would talk to at school, I haven't talked to them in a while. Either because they don't have, like, a cell phone or, I don't know, they're just not on social media a lot. But the friends that, like, I still talk to are, like, my closest ones, so I guess I'm fine.
So you talk to them, and are you allowed to, or do you go to their, hang out with them nowadays?
Not as much as I used to. I mainly just stay home now, and since I have a lot of homework, I just do that. Or I don't know. I can't even like go to the football field a lot because there's way too many people with no mask on.
So wait a minute. Hold up. Did I just hear you say you don't go to the football field because there's a lot of kids without mask on?
Yeah, like usually I would, like previous years I'll just go to the football field and like practice by myself. But some kids, they just go to the football field and like hang out with no mask on. So I don't want to get sick.
Of course.
So I just stay home. Yeah,
that would make anybody nervous. And you wouldn't want to go and touch anything and bring it home and then feel the guilt.
Yeah.
Because that's the other flip side. You feel the guilt of, oh my gosh, I brought this thing home to my family, and it's like scary.
It's actually crazy because at work, there's this one kid at my school that also has the coronavirus. And I don't know, I guess like the one day that he came to work, the day right after, he tested positive for the coronavirus, and everybody at work, like,
I'm so freaked out.
They were all mad, especially especially this pregnant lady. She was really scared.
Oh my!
Yeah.
So she obviously got tested right away.
Yeah.
And all of you got tested, and
yeah, no, I think I'm the only one that got their results back, and I'm negative, so it's good.
Well, thank goodness, because
I don't know about everybody
I know your family, they take this seriously. They're constantly cleaning and making sure that things are sprayed and shoes are off and all that. So thanks to your mom, I think she taught you well. Clean yourself and cover up. Yeah, because that's one thing that I could imagine every family is worried about their children complying with the protocols to keep themselves safe, as well as the community and their home safe.
I just don't understand why people like they don't have the just the common decency to wear a mask. Because like if you're near somebody with an underlying health issue, you might not even like realize, and you could be carrying the virus and not even realize it. So if you're just like that careless and pass it on to them, you could be ending their lives early just because you didn't want to wear a mask.
Yeah, that is a concern, and we hear this often. People have different reasons for not wearing it, which I won't comment too much on that. I don't understand it. I understand it, but that's just me, and it's what it is. what it is. We would all want everybody to wear the mask for preventative measures because we are thinking about our community and then our fellow brothers and sisters. But yeah, it does seem strange.
Yeah, I mean, I see the mask is, like, I hate wearing one too, but I mean, if it comes to somebody else dying or me wearing a mask that I don't like, I would rather just wear the mask.
Yeah. And now it's so refreshing to go to every store, grocery stores and clothing stores, anywhere, pharmacy, everywhere you see masks.
Yeah.
And it's a new change because when you walk into stores, pre-COVID, you wouldn't even make note of it. Even if you saw a mask, you'd be like, why would anybody be wearing that?
Yeah.
You know, and now it's become the norm to see everybody walking around.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, wearing a mask it's almost like wearing, like, it's almost like fashion. Like, if your mask is matching with you, you would have to, I hate just leaving the house and saying, oh, shoot, I forgot my mask. That's, like, the worst feeling.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't have to worry about that earlier, so I hate it.
Yeah, that's a given. I find myself doing the same thing because I forget. I would just grab my purse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going to the store. And I was like, wait, something is off. I don't have a mask.
Yeah.
And I could be driving and getting ready to get into a traffic light. And I will make a U-turn and come right back home and pick up a mask.
Yeah, I don't know, but most stores, they have, like, free masks they can use. But I don't know, it's just annoying they have to wear one in the first place.
Yeah. And it's, you know, the other day I was walking and I saw a little kid in a stroller. And the mother had a mask on this child in a stroller. And I thought, you know what? It's not even a surprise anymore to see that. Before we would be like, oh, you know, maybe there's something wrong with that child. Now, it's just, oh, okay. It's no big deal.
Yeah, it's crazy. Even at Popeyes, if you don't wear a mask, you can't get service. But
wow.
Yeah. But I don't know. Sometimes, like, if they're homeless, and they just don't have one. They give them out sometimes.
That's nice. It's like that they're doing a good job helping the community stay safe. And if somebody happens to come, then they'll make sure that the person gets what they need.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's very important. COVID has certainly been, I would say, a life-changing event for everybody.
Definitely.
And I don't know a single soul on this planet that would say, no, it hasn't changed me at all. I'll be like, wow, interesting.
Yeah.
But everyone has been affected one way or the other. They've been affected by the lifestyle change. You may not know somebody who has had it, but you know the changes in everything, your everyday life.
Yeah.
That tells us that, yeah, this is something that is affecting everyone, and it doesn't matter whether you're black, white, rich, or poor, and whatever. Everybody can get this. Children, adults, and we have to be literally hyper vigilant about taking care of ourselves and providing a clean environment because it's important.
Yeah.
One thing I also ask. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, like, I just can't wait until it's over because, like, before I got tested, I was even scared to, like, meet up with my little brother because I thought he would get sick. Yeah. Because I didn't know if I had it or not. Like, I showed no symptoms, but I heard that you can have it and show no symptoms. So, I don't know. It's just... No.
It is nerve-wracking. You know. Now, everybody... I think everyone in the U.S. is kind of like, we want this over by now. Just go away.
Yeah.
You know. We are hoping it does soon, but we never know. We don't know. I wish we could have a timetable, you know, where they would tell us exactly and say, hey, this is going to be over on this date, you know, and everybody will be bracing themselves. But it's not, you know, there's no magic bullets that would tell us something like that.
I don't know how it's going to be after COVID, though. Like, if everybody's body's just gonna be immune to it, or what's gonna happen?
I don't know either. I think that's for the medical team to have to talk about that.
Yeah, maybe everybody has to get like a flu shot or like a COVID shot instead.
Yeah, that's one thing. Well, looking forward, do you anticipate? I always ask people this. If you had to plan something for the future post-COVID, what would that be? Or what would you appreciate coming back?
Back. That's a good question. I guess just football.
Football.
Yeah.
Football being normal for you again.
Yeah, that's the really thing I don't really miss.
Mm-hmm. And what else would you do after football?
Football. Huh. I don't know. I guess just meeting up with my friends then. That's it.
Meeting with friends and socializing, getting your social
but
life back.
It's really just football though. It's all I miss.
Hanging out. I could imagine being able to just sit down and play games with your friends.
Yeah.
You know, because now can you play games? Because I see some kids, they have a headset on and they're playing games and talking to someone. So I don't play any games. So I don't know if I sound like a.
Wait, what do you mean?
I don't know.
Like meeting up at somebody's house and playing games?
Yeah, either that or do you guys do the ones that you play and
like
you're
online?
talking online.
Oh yeah. You can still do that.
You can still do that, well, because you're not seeing the person.
Yeah.
But meeting the person or your friends in person and playing as a group, or
Yeah, that's definitely different.
So that means you probably might resume something like that afterwards. Have you? No, go ahead.
Like it used to be fun before COVID. Like they'd have meetups and everybody would just be having fun. Like just ordering food, just having fun with each other, or even just playing basketball. Lots of people at the court. Now you have to worry about, what if one of these people have COVID? What if I'm passing this on to a family member? Like there's just too much to think about, and you should just be having fun.
Yeah, because basketball now, I don't even know if anybody's playing basketball now, because if you touch that ball...
Oh, yeah. They're still having a season.
They're still having a season?
Yeah. It starts in...
How's that working out?
I don't know. And there's no helmet. Yeah, you're just breathing on each other. I don't get it, but... it starts in December or November, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, they're still having their season. I don't know if it's reduced, but... they're still having it.
It's interesting to know that basketball. I don't know. Are they going to be wearing gloves? Do you see them wearing gloves when they're practicing?
That would be impossible. Play basketball with gloves on.
Well,
I don't know how.
Because how are they going to touch that ball? Because you touch that ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It has to be cleaned.
With football, at least you're wearing a helmet, and everybody wears gloves in football. Well, depending on the position, but most people.
But now, basketball is another thing.
Yeah.
I can't imagine parents whose children are in basketball.
Well, I mean, just like football, some people have been playing for years, so basketball is their life.
So, and that's one too. They still need recruiters to come and see them.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they could have the entire team get tested though, or something. I don't know. But if it keeps spreading and spreading and spreading, I don't know how it's going to keep going on.
Well, we hope that. I don't know. I can't imagine the precaution that they have to take in basketball, because I don't play basketball, so I don't know. But I hope they've put a lot of things in place. But it's strange to see that they're still practicing without all those things.
Yeah. It's definitely strange, but life is just weird sometimes. This is gonna be It's gonna be a season to remember. Like you could just talk to your kids.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I played football in spring. An entire season. But,
Yeah, that would be a little off.
Yeah, I'm the first person to do it too. First people.
I can imagine. And one thing also, the other day I was hearing someone say, this year is going to go down as one for the history books.
Oh, definitely.
I think everybody's going to remember what they were doing when they heard about shutdowns.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
like the moment I heard that school was going to be out, I mean, at first I thought it was fake, so I actually turned on the TV and I saw it. And then it's like, sheesh, it's actually real.
Yeah.
Because when it was first in China, I thought I wouldn't think it would spread all the way here.
I don't think anybody thought it would ever get here.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And so from what I've read so far, it started there and then it went to Europe, and then it came here from Europe, and I think people were really shocked.
Yeah.
That wait, how? And it took everybody by surprise. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I thought when it first came here, people would say, "Oh, this is no joke. You should just stay home." But people continue to just go outside, and it's just.
It is. I don't understand for sure as to the thought process behind that and why people feel the need to justify that behavior, but they do.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me. However, I'm sure I believe some people come up with really good arguments, and I was like, wow, you really did think about that.
Oh, like what?
As to the reason why they don't want to stay home.
Why?
Oh, I hear all kinds of stuff, and people will go like, well, it's my right, or I need to. Nobody can tell me what to do.
Wow.
And so I hear that, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. That's an interesting perspective. Yeah. And so I don't know what we are going to do in this country to get everybody on board. But this is real, and it's costing a lot.
Hopefully it just goes away. Everything just normal, and everybody
and loses its grip. And yeah, I think the immunity is the most important. And once we become immune to it, I think then, I don't know, I'm not a medical expert. That's not part of my expertise. But in my layman's terms, I hope we become immune to it, so then we will not see it as a threat anymore.
Yeah.
So then life can, I don't know if life will ever get back to quote unquote normal.
I feel like it'll get normal, like a year by this time. I feel like I feel like it'll be normal.
I hope so, because I think everybody's exhausted.
Yeah, it's definitely annoying.
Yeah, it's been exhausting, and it's been quite a year walking around and seeing the different changes. And sometimes I would go to the shopping area and sometimes going to buy groceries. And usually it's the popular grocery store that we always go to, and it's usually packed on Saturdays and Friday nights and Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. Oh my gosh, that grocery store is usually packed. Is the one I took you to. It is packed. Okay, you can barely find parking. And then now when I go there, the parking is so...
Yeah.
There's so much parking, and I'm like, wait, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
This is Friday. This is the afternoon. And it's just, prior to COVID, you'll be literally bumping each other in a grocery store with your carts in between the aisles. Now, you can practically start riding that thing like a race car in there. There's barely anybody there.
Yeah.
And yeah, you go in and you're picking up something, you're worried about getting a hand sanitizer to kind of like clean the area or the carts And I know you sometimes laugh at me, and I'm like, you gotta clean the cart. But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I don't know. I wouldn't call myself like a germaphobe, but yeah, I definitely don't want to like catch something when I know I could have avoided it.
Mm-hmm. So my last question to you before we close. Overall, what else did you learn about yourself from this new change of how we live from the past? I'll call it the past because it's been pre-COVID to now. What have you learned about yourself?
Like, I guess some of my friends, not all of them were as close as I thought they were.
Wow.
Yeah. So that, or I don't know. It's better to just focus on myself instead of like what other people say.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I bought like with my money from my job. I just bought like a bench so I could work out during COVID. Like before all the prices went too high up for all the weights. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I just like work on myself, and I don't really have to be on my phone that much. I just use it for music, or I shouldn't really text people like that.
So, from what I understand, is you were used to, connecting with your friends.
Yeah. A
lot prior to COVID, and then all of a sudden, after COVID, you're like, wait, I thought this person was my buddy.
Yeah.
And it's inseparable. Now it's like, you'll be lucky if you get a phone call once a week or a text.
Yeah, it is what it is. I feel like I'm different from like pre-COVID because before COVID I weighed like 230 and now I'm 205.
Wow, good job. Wow, that's a lot of weight loss.
Yeah, it used to be like, I don't know, it was just a lot before COVID.
Well, how tall are you then?
It's 6'1".
So, yeah, you're a tall man. So, yeah. So, still, but that's a lot of weight loss. Did you surprise yourself?
Yeah, now when, like, I go out for practice, people, like, they don't even recognize me.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So, you build up a lot of muscles.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you put away some time for us to talk. And maybe we'll talk again some other time.
Okay.
Depending on, what changes happen and how things go. Is it okay to call you back as a guest again?
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jojo. And, of course, thank you all for listening. We will meet again next week. This is Rhoda from Love, Forgive, Live podcast. Those of you who listen to us on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe. And those who want to ask questions, don't forget to email me at loveforgivelive@gmail.com. Sorry, love, LUV, the number 4, give, GIVE, live, LIVE, @gmail.com. I look forward to talking to you guys again next week. And please let me know what you think. And any of those of you who have any questions for my guest, let me know so I can shoot it up to him. Email me and I'll be able to talk to him. And if he wants to address it, we will address it another time. Have a great week, everybody. And thank you for listening.